So certainly, if you look at the industry 20 years ago, I mean, it was very much unmechanized. It was, conventional mining was really the name of the game, and most people believed that was the only way you could mine economically. We started to introduce equipment underground, and I think seriously challenged the ethics behind a conventional mining as opposed to a mechanized mining. And I think that was a big challenge, because that was a very rich industry in those days and the businesses were doing very well. And of course, from their point of view, why would you want to look at technology when currently what we're using works just as well? So we had to convince people that there was an alternative in a time when they really felt they didn't need it. So that's been the challenge, I think, 20 years ago. You can see in the newer operations, those that embrace that technology immediately, those mines are now at the lowest end of the cost curve. Those that really struggled to look at mechanization opposed to their conventional mining, those are the ones that are really struggling. And those are the ones that I think have to reconsider the future of those operations. So I think we've made huge progress. I don't think anyone today would say to us that mechanization is not the way to go. And where you can mechanize, certainly you have to. Otherwise, you're just not going to be economically viable. So you introduce equipment, great. Now the question is how do you optimize that equipment? How do you use it most effectively? And of course the whole issue for us is managing information, managing data. And this is where digitalization comes in. We needed to be able to communicate with equipment. We needed equipment to be able to communicate with us. Digitalization is the platform for this. So really the question and the challenges that we had was how do you talk to your machines? So it was a communication issue rather than anything else. Digitalization today has given us a platform where we can now communicate directly with equipment underground in real time, and of course now start to communicate from surface to that equipment. In other words, send instructions, send information, with the idea that you can look at automation. You can look at automating processes or even full automation. So I think that was the natural progression to introducing equipment, was to be able to operate it most effectively by using digital information. There's been a lot of pressure on the industry as to how it would neutralize its carbon footprint. And obviously when you're operating diesel machines, you have a challenge. So battery has always been a concept that I think the mines wanted to make use of. The issue is how do you get battery technology to operate big, large equipment economically and reliably? Well, the battery electric vehicle is a huge step in the right direction. We now have battery technology that we believe can operate, well, not believe, is proving to operate equipment, 50-ton trucks, 18-ton loaders. So we've certainly got that technology to, I think, fit into the environment that we need it to. And I think by looking at this, it also gives us that opportunity to be able to reduce that carbon footprint, also to provide an underground environment far more beneficial to the people who are working in there. The whole BEV technology, I think, reduces the need for so much ventilation and provides an environment that is far more conducive to people down there than it would be if you were using diesels. And as I say, we'll be introducing this technology into this country in a format that I think will be very acceptable to our customers. You're looking at an old surface mine. I mean, it's world renowned. Of course, surface mines, particularly the open pit operations, when they finally reach the end of their life, now what? Going underground is a very sensible option where they can. And in Venetia, of course, that was a project that was mooted many, many years ago. What is nice to see is that they've adopted technology from day one. What they did is they didn't want to use the current way of working. What they said is, how should this mine look going forward? Let's incorporate that technology now. And the VP project is based very much on incorporating digitalization, automation into their operations from day one. And I think that's a brave step from the mine, and obviously a great challenge to us, and a very, very exciting step in mining. Funnily enough, our CEO said, you have technology on your machines, you have technology in your field, but what are you doing to help your business? So when we moved to the new facility, we wanted to incorporate the latest technology. So it's simple things. It's to make sure that the people in this environment can make use of technology, make use of digitalization here. And one of the things we'll be offering at the new Cominani site is our auditorium. And the auditorium will serve many purposes. It'll be an area where we can launch marketing products. And the idea is we can do it on a real platform. So we can actually put this out to a wider audience. We also have the ability to be able to monitor our equipment and see what is happening on that equipment in real time on sites, and be able to showcase it to potential clients and of course to interested parties. So you can come here and see mechanization, digitalization, automation in action all the time. And of course we think that is the right way. If you're going to sell this, we should be able to showcase it at Cominani, and that will happen.